welcome to Girl Let's Agree to Disagree. Hey, Kemi girl, how are you, babe? How are
you?
Good. Can we hear? Let's do a mic check, mic check. I know it's been a while. We weren't on last week, so it's weird. I feel like it's been a really long time.
I know. I feel like it's been literally forever, but we here.
We're here. Yes, we are here. And we want to thank absolutely everybody who's out in and commenting right now. Thank you so much for being here with us for Girl Let's Agree to Disagree. If this is your first time, this is housekeeping rules, I don't know. Click like, subscribe, click to receive the notifications, like smash that notification bell, click like right now. And also follow us on IG and Twitter. Not Snap. Super Chat is a great way to support us. Sorry, wow, that was a long episode. I feel like these episodes are just so long. There's just so much.
Can you guys see us? I see someone said that you guys can't see us. Can everyone see us?
Let's see. Can only hear anybody else. No, I mean, I understand. She says you have people wanting to get layered necklaces. Blah. Who here can everybody see? Because if not, then I'm going to say, Jackie, I think it might be something up with your computer. Maybe refresh. Yes, I know. Kemi looks absolutely adorable. Okay, people can see us. Awesome. Yay. Well, thank you guys. Keep on commenting on our little comment section. It's only going to be Kemi and I tonight because it is Hannah and Ovi's anniversary. So please, if you get on their Twitter or their Instagram, wish them a very happy anniversary because we love here and we love Hannah and Ovi. So
and on the topic of love, I did see everyone commenting in the chat. Yes, we see that Crimfus, is that it? Crimfus is
that their name?
Is that their name? Memes? I don't know.
Memphis? Is it Memphis?
You know what?
Christmas?
It's definitely unexpected, so I guess we should have expected that. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah, we just did get notified that Christmas and Memphis from Big Brother 22 are a couple. Yeah. So we want to congratulate them for being a couple because love is love is love, and everybody deserves it.
I just, it definitely. For me, I feel no. It has nothing to do with them as a couple. It's just for me, I feel like the fact that we're Big Brother alum and I feel like I was the last to find. I found out from the E! News article. Like, what
are you talking about? I found out from you, so I don't know. I want to know. So you're right, Amaya. Like you are correct in that statement. Whatever you guys are posting right now. We didn't know. I found out today. Did the post come out today? Is that how everybody knew? Because that's
I don't know. I have no
idea. Everybody needs a little bit of love. And because we're talking about the Bachelorette, it's all about love. Let's start talking about the Bachelorette because that's why everybody is here. Oh wow. I am looking at these comments though, and I want to comment so bad because
yeah. But what, Jess?
But this is a Bachelorette. This is a Bachelorette recap. See, where we stopped recapping Big Brother back in the day. And
okay, Tayshia. Let's Tayshia. Tayshia looked gorgeous in pretty much every outfit she had on tonight. So we can get that out the way. The housekeeping of her always looking amazing. But
we'll start off in the beginning
of the episode.
Yeah, let's start off in the beginning of the episode, lady. And if we had time, we could definitely chat after. We'll definitely do a whole little kiki after if people want to talk about Big Brother. But when we're talking about like the Bachelorette, we'll talk about Tayshia'S. I feel like Tayshia'S dates, right? So we start off with JoJo coming into the picture. JoJo kind of takes over for Chris Harrison this episode, and as some of you may know, JoJo was a previous Bachelorette. So I didn't know that. Are JoJo and Tayshia like really good friends? I didn't know that.
I feel like we would have known that from Instagram. I don't think that they're really good friends.
Yes, definitely.
That connection.
Oh no, I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit. You said what? There was a connection?
Oh, I'm just saying that she's a previous Bachelorette, so they do have that connection, but I don't think that they're friends. Like, I have Tayshia'S post notifications turned on, so I do know everyone that she's close with, and I know JoJo's not one of them. But, you know, they're both pretty. They looked good in the photo.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe her, because she's the one Bachelorette from all of them, aside from Rachel, which I was hoping it would have been Rachel, but one that is in Los Angeles and actually has a successful marriage out of all of this. You know, I mean, sorry to say, but Hannah and Becca don't really have anything to show for, you know, for their Bachelorette season other than a lot of likes and followers. So,
well,
I don't know.
Also, like, you know, Rachel's very busy. Like, I also follow Rachel very closely. She's very busy. So she probably didn't have time to quarantine for 2 weeks and then, like, you know, come and do this and then quarantine for another 2 weeks. She has a lot going on, and that's always an amazing thing to have a lot going on. So
yeah, absolutely. So going into it, we look at this whole process of life, and Tayshia is kind of afraid to hurt feelings. I feel like Tayshia, she's such a nice girl. And she's so sweet. I absolutely love that about her. I feel like maybe this little segment was a little forced. I feel like it felt a little off, because it's like, okay, girl, but you've also been on Bachelor in Paradise, and you've also been on The Bachelor, and this divorce. I don't know if you like want to talk about getting back in the saddle, because you've been doing that about like 2 or 3 seasons ago. You know, was that just me?
no, that's definitely production just doing whatever they do. I mean, like, to have a first or whatever date, to have a date that you're taking wedding photos, it screams production to me. I don't know that Tayshia was in the boardroom when that decision was being made. It was very uncomfortable. Like, I could only imagine how uncomfortable for 2 divorcees to be taking wedding photos together on a like first date or second date or whatever they have going.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with her and Zach, like, they've had their group dates, but this is their first one-on-one, and I agree with you. I'm just like, first of all, I mean, for me, traditionally, it is very bad news for you to be like in a wedding dress before your wedding. You know, like, so I don't think, first, just based on soul superstition and all of this, like, Zach is not her dude. That's it. Bruja Jessica, like witch, that means bruja in Spanish is witch. The witch in me is saying, superstition, you wore white, you're gone. That's it. You ain't getting married to this man. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that. That's just like they don't get to see your dress on your wedding day, because it's like bad, you know, that's like bad luck. I'm very superstitious like that. So, and it was awkward. Not only that, but she wore multiple. You know what it screams? Very Sex in the City. Like, very Sex in the City when Carrie, like wore all of these gowns and was taking like these big extravagant photo shoots in her dress, and then Big left her at the altar.
Yep. I mean, it's definitely like, if they had a future, if they were in line for a future, it just came crashing down. I mean, that's the crazy thing about these dating shows. It's like, you could easily be getting in the way of love with this like TV magic, not TV magic, but like with what trying to make a good show could get in the relationship of in the way of an actual relationship, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm here taking pictures with you in my ball gown and I don't even know your last name. Or like, I didn't know that you were, when we later find out, used to be an alcoholic. Like, could you have told me that prior to me taking pictures of me in, in my dress? And like, could we have had a date that was actually substantial? Like, I feel, isn't that what first dates are supposed to be? Aren't you like supposed to get to know the person? I'm like, how much are you getting to know?
I don't even know if you
as
like
you're taking wedding pictures
in the sink without the faucet running. Like, that's a big deal. And I don't know if you know that, but I do know that I look good in white, apparently.
White brings out pops yes. White gives you like that little pop in your skin. Oh, but let's thank Ina. Hey, girl.
Hey, thank you
For the super chat. She says, Melanin Magic Kemi in the video on your IG. What lashes are you wearing with the layered necklaces? By the way, hey, Jess, how are you, gorgeous? Hey,
thank you so much, Ina. These lashes are actually by Get Glammed Beauty. I believe the Instagram is at GG Beauty, but it's Get Glam Beauty. The style that I'm obsessed with is 38. They make your eyes look huge. I love them. So yeah, check them out.
Yes, thank you. And so going back to this like whole wedding dress, like Amaya says, they do the wedding dress stuff all the time. No big deal. It's not her real dress. True, it's not her real dress. But do we know the facts in terms of like how many bachelorettes or bachelors did a wedding dress photo shoot and actually didn't get married?
Well, how many bachelorettes actually got married, period?
This doesn't have, well, maybe they should stop doing these damn photo shoots. Maybe more people will be getting married.
Well, maybe they should just go on Big Brother because I think they have a higher marriage rate, honestly.
That's very true.
You're really looking for
that's very true. No, and I'm being totally sarcastic here, y'all. I'm definitely not being serious at all whatsoever, but I am curious and I will find out. I will definitely find out.
Jess will do the legwork.
I always do the legwork. So like, okay, so they have, and not to mention, these wedding dresses are gorgeous. They're gorgeous wedding. Like, she looks gorgeous. I'm not taking anything away from her. I personally don't like.
That's so funny.
I'll do it. I definitely love Tayshia and the vibe she gives. I'm not crazy about Zach. And
he's not my fave. I think you know what it is. I feel like, sometimes other people are so bad that it makes some people look good. I think it's the reverse with Zach. Like, I'm just so hyper focused on Brendan and Ivan. And I just love those two. Like, I love Ivan. Like, after last week, I am sold. Like, Brendan, yeah, him a close second, but I love Ivan, and like, just those two make it hard for me to even like consider anyone else. And then like, Ben's coming on kind of strong. It's getting a little,
I love him. I love him so much.
It's way too much for me. It's way too much. And,
I forgot who Brendan was. Oh my God.
Brendan's the one who said, I'm turning the selfie sideways. I literally, I love that. I love that.
He looks very different in his IG too. It's just like what I see on The Bachelorette, like in the episodes in his IG, are very, very different to me. Is he a model?
Did you say he uses Facetune? Jessica, relax, okay? Like, we've all thrown a filter around once or twice. You don't need to shade him for just trying to, you never know.
I didn't say he was using Facetune, but, He just looks different. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, I get it. I love Ivan. I'm not crazy about Brendan. I'm not just as much. Him and Zach give me like the ick a little bit, like some icky vibes. I don't know what it is.
You said Brendan gives you the ick?
He gives me like, yeah, he gives me a little bit of the ick. I don't really care.
So, you guys, Jess is so childish. Like, she's so immature for saying that. Brendan,
I prefer Ivan. I like Riley. As we all know, I was big on Jordan, but he got cut last week, and that killed me. I kind of expected it because there was no airtime, and he was like completely boring in that sense. But I liked his look. Brendan, Ivan, every other man deserves. No, come on. Can someone tell me if is anyone out there?
Wait a minute.
A Ben girl.
Riley's boring AF. Riley's trying to keep his day job. He said, listen, I paid how much to go to law school? I studied how long for the LSAT? I went through how many hours of, legal research? I'm not about to have this production messing up my life.
That's true.
Props to him. I'd be boring. I'd be boring on TV too, trying to keep my job. I'm not trying to push any sugar bear hair. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Did you just say sugar bear hair?
I take it back. We can edit that out once we post this video. I don't know. Anyone come drag me.
Sugar bear hair. Any man doing sugar bear hair. I'm no. I know that she's glad Chasen's gone. I'm so glad Chasen's gone, actually. Let's tell like the two guys that went out. I wish Jordan would have stepped up in something or other. But yeah, the fact that Chasen is gone, I mean, he was just dead weight too. And the other guy and Joe, the one that I said, you needed to keep the anesthesiologist. Everybody knows you keep the anesthesiologist. Come on. I can't even pronounce it. Anesthesiologist.
He was such a nice guy. Like, yes. I was surprised that Chasen went home, honestly. Like, we need to keep moving through the episode. But before we do, I was surprised that Chasen went home because he had such a huge storyline for the first few episodes. Like, he had, like, a pretty, like, predominant edit. So I was surprised about that.
Yeah. I mean, But I mean, now there's less guys, and now we can remember their names, sort of, because I didn't even remember Brendan, but thank you for reminding me his name. I mean, I'm Ben all the way. I know it's weird, but today, come on, did today not even give you a little bit of like good Ben vibes?
If a man just got naked in front of me without me expecting it, I would call the police. Like,
okay.
If I'm on a date, and you just get like full front, I'm just saying it's kind of aggressive. Like, and honestly, props to Tayshia, because how else are you supposed to handle that sort of situation? Like, I wouldn't have known what to do. Like, I'm asking you to bare your soul, and you're like bearing everything else. Like, I don't get it. Like, why?
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. I feel like we're not getting the whole story, but as far as, so we're done we're not talking about Zach anymore, right? Because that was done in
Ben. But like, let me just paint the picture for you. You know how they say, you know how it's said, like, some people are shallow, they don't have any depth. Imagine, that's exactly how I see it. Imagine it as the reverse for a woman, right? And a guy's like, okay, so tell me about yourself. I want to get to know you, true to your core. And like, the woman's just like, it's just like, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, why?
Wait, hold up. First of all, the whole group date was wackalicious. I could not, like, there's not, I feel like these dates need to get better. I know that they're all in quarantine. I know they're all stuck inside of like that poor resort, but I feel worse for the people who work the resort than I do for the people who are on this show. But seriously, this group date was was not up to standards. So okay, so the whole idea is that they're painting naked people, right? Raise the hands. Who's ever done a naked art? No, Kemi, you
I am a child of God. I am a child of God. So, don't ask me.
Are you saying that those people who did this were not children of God? We're all children of God, Kemi.
You said that.
No, what? Okay, so.
No, I'm just saying, like, I've never had the desire to, and I don't.
Well, as someone who is older than you coming in, who has experienced this, I will say it's a very, very awkward thing to see a person naked in front of you and you have to like.
Does it make you want to get naked, Jess? Like, you don't feel liberated in this experience? Like,
no. I just want to give you a backstory. Is that it was for a bachelorette party. Wow, it was for a bachelorette party, and it was me and like 6 of my girlfriends, and we went to the paint and sip, and there happened to be a naked man that we had to draw. Yeah, so it was more so a lot of gigs.
Jeff loves framing things in a very particular light. Had to draw. I'm sure it was in the description of the paint and sip. Anyways, continue. She's trying to. Oh, I showed up. I'm so surprised by the naked man. Girl, they
a naked man at a bachelorette party? Oh my God, and we have to draw him? Good Lord. But I'm pretty sure that guys knew this as well. I mean, come on. Anywho.
Wait, hold on. So Serena, I do understand that this was his insecurity, and he was I understand the sentiment behind it, and I'm not taking away from that. I just personally don't think it was appropriate. And had I been in Tayshia'S shoes, I know I would have been uncomfortable. So I just feel like in situations like this, especially in group settings, it's probably best to err on the side of caution when it comes to like anything sexual. It's kind of like that guy who made the clay penis. Like, it's just like
Blake. Yeah, I didn't care for that. That felt icky.
I think for me, like when guys like lead with sexuality, it's a little bit different than when women do. And it just comes off a little bit more aggressive to me personally, just because of like, you know, the nature of our society and like the power dynamics in our society. Like, it just isn't necessary. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's just you. Tayshia didn't seem to mind, and I sure as hell didn't mind, and I think Amaya here in the comments did not mind as well. Is anybody else didn't mind? No? Yes? Okay. No, and I totally get that, and I appreciate that. That's why I love you so much, Kemi. But Tayshia really did not seem to mind. Like, I know maybe it could have totally been forced, and she could have been uncomfortable and maybe felt like she couldn't say anything to the cameras. But like, I mean, when she ran out and she started crying,
Jess texted me immediately. Like, literally, he barely had time to take the robe off, and Jess was already texting me.
First of all, I want to say that I am a happily married woman. Okay. First off, that's what I want to say. I love and respect my husband 1000%. I have eyes. And obviously, if there's going to be a man on TV and one who just like happens to take off his robe and you're seeing like everything, you're just like, whoa, like this is crazy. I do think that it could be offensive for some women. I honestly do. I mean, obviously, if it was me, it wouldn't have mattered if it. To be quite honest, if my husband, back when I was dating him and I hadn't had like a first date with him and he just takes off his robe and like is completely naked, I probably escort him out wherever he is, and I probably would call the police. So to be quite honest, but for some reason, in the context that it was done.
Yeah, they're in a controlled environment.
Yeah, in the controlled environment, in the fact that it wasn't like it was part of his gimmick. Like it wasn't his original thing, but like he left and then he came back. It was almost kind of like, what's going on? And
I love how he said, I forgot something. Oh,
yeah.
I forgot to get naked. Like, all right.
You know, and the fact that Tayshia sees, and she did mention that he had issues with kind of expressing himself and all of these other issues that they had. I don't know. It seemed, I don't know if appropriate is the word, because obviously it was a very inappropriate action. But
I understood. Like, I understood where he was coming from. I don't know. Let's not harp on this too much. But yeah, that's just how I felt about it.
I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Jackie. Like she said, in my husband study his eyes side eye. So got him. Look. Me and my husband have a very special relationship. And I wouldn't. I actually wouldn't. I actually look at women with my husband. So we be looking at girls and be like, oh, she cute. Oh, look at that. Like, oh, did you see her? Whoa, did you see that butt? Like, yeah, we're like that. So, I mean, when you're married for this long, that's just how it goes. That's spice up the life. Anyway, so yeah. Kelly's like, what is going on? Yes, we do now. Then we find out, like, Ben later on has these, has gone through an eating disorder and kind of opens himself up in that way, which I feel like, whoa, Tayshia, you've gotten a lot from these guys. Like, one,
I was gonna say, like, I really hope Tayshia's like has time in between to decompress, because like taking on all of this like heavy, like other people's very heavy emotions can be a lot, So
yeah, it is. I think especially when you're, what week is this? How long have they been like
it's been like a week.
Yeah, this is maybe 10 days in, and these guys are like, okay, well, I used to have this substance issue, and I used to have this eating disorder, and it's just like, whoa. No wonder she's crying in the corner. She's like, I can't deal with all of this. She's gonna be hurting people, that have gone through a lot. I don't know how people do this. I couldn't do this. Would you be able to do this, Kemi?
I don't think so.
No, I feel like you do really great.
A lot.
Though I feel like you would do really good on The Bachelorette.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe more like you were on The Bachelor and then you went to Bachelor in Paradise. Not necessarily.
I would want Bachelor in Paradise because, like, it's not just you. Like, I would want Bachelor in Paradise. It seems like it's more relaxed and more fun.
Yeah. So I want to. So I just says, isn't that what being in a relationship consists of? Getting to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's like, yes. But this is in a 7-day like, I don't know. It's in such a short.
I'm listening. It's just Billions like throwing up. I'm gonna be right back.
Oh, that's not cool. Sorry. Well, okay. So it has a lot to do more so of like the short time frame and the fact that she's getting it from all angles. That's kind of more where I'm coming from. It's just like, wow, this is a lot. And I don't know, it just seems like so much information all lumped up in one specific moment. And, when you get to know someone, like, I mean, you're having conversations when you're getting to know the good, the bad, and the ugly about somebody, you're getting to know this for months. There's things that I've been with my husband for 10 years, and there's things that, like, I found out yesterday, and I was just like, why didn't I know this? There's always things that you find out about someone. So I don't know. I feel really bad. Well, anywho, so let's go in after. Yeah, I feel just like after 10 days. Yes, Serena, after 10 days is just a lot, especially when you're dealing with 16 dudes. and I know and I know she only has 6 weeks, but this is probably why she's stressed out. She's stressed out because she's I mean, quite honestly, like, is anybody who watched today get that sort of feeling? Did you watch today, Kemi, and get that sort of feeling that she knows she didn't find the love of her life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she kind of like touched up on it, like kind of, I don't know. There was just like this foreshadowing, I feel, that she kind of is like, my guy's not here. And I think you can see and why she cried about hurting people, because she's pretty much going to have to hurt every single dude there and go through this process because she's contractually obligated.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. So I don't know. How's Billion?
He's okay. I think I don't want to I don't want to cut this short, but I think I'm gonna have to take him to the vet. Yeah, I know I don't want to like get too like deep into it, but like he's like throwing up blood. Like I don't know what's going on, so I think I'm gonna take him to the ER.
Oh no. Well, we can totally cut this short. I mean,
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I know everybody's just like, oh, poor Billion. Yeah, I mean, was it something that he ate? Do you think he ate something?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like he just had his regular meals today, and we didn't really go out too much. So, but yeah, I think I am. I'm gonna hop off here. I'm sorry. I just want him to be okay. Thank you so much, you guys in the chat, for sending him your well wishes. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay, babe. Just go off, and I will.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Well, I'll be back next week. So I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Guys, oh my gosh. Oh, no, I do not like this. Well, anywho, so I feel so bad that Kemi is gone. I'll send all of the prayers to her. Thank you all for loving up on her. I have no idea what just happened, but I'll let you guys know. Really, for the most part, I mean, there wasn't much about this episode that I know it's like, you got just. I actually prefer being with having other people on, because I if anybody watched Big Brother, they would have noticed that I do not like talking to myself, and I feel that this is just me talking to myself, even though you all are on the chat, so I really, really appreciate that. It's just really awkward when I don't see other people and I don't have that physical or that interaction with a one-on-one person. It makes me feel weird. It's kind of. So let's go into this after this group date, because that's kind of where we left off. Ben ends up getting the rose, which I got really excited about, obviously, because we all know that Ben is one of my favorites. So I'm glad. I was happy that he opened up. It was, I mean, obviously someone who's plus size like myself really understands what growing up, in kind of quotations, fat, like when you're growing up as a bigger person, and the stress that happens with that, and like the eating disorders that I know that some people that I know have had. And so big up to, to Ben for really talking to Tayshia about that, and having that personal connection. So I know. Yay. So let's talk about this one-on-one with Eazy, because this surprised the crap out of me. The funny thing is that I had no idea that this was about to happen. I knew that like Tayshia and Eazy had that kind of connection where they were kind of more friends than anything, but I was really hoping that they would have kind of sparked something. The whole, I mean, I'm big on scary, like Halloween is my favorite. So I love scary movies. I love haunted houses. This just felt a little, this felt a little forced. Like, really, what's the scary thing about being in this villa? Like, say, are you telling me this is a haunted villa? I do, it that. Oh, I was looking at the comments. Sorry, y'all. I didn't know that we were still talking about Ben, and I want to go back to it. But yes, men do have eating disorders. This is a not as like as common as a female with an eating disorder, but men do, and it's something that isn't talked about. So I'm glad that there was a representation in a man talking about his, his struggle with bulimia or with eating disorders, because it is a thing. I am funny and silly sometimes. Thanks, Natalie. I try. The date was horrible. And Serena says, yes, this date was treacherous. It was just, it felt forced. It felt horrible. I kind of, at the very end, I was just like, wow, you could see that they liked each other. But I feel like, to be quite honest, Tayshia gets along with everybody. Everybody loves Tayshia. Everybody feels comfortable with Tayshia. Everybody would fall in love with Tayshia Shell. I'm in love with Tayshia. So obviously, and I haven't had a one-on-one date with her yet. So I get it. People are in love with Tayshia. But yeah, it's a thing. Eazy they had to say goodbye. And it was really weird because it almost looked like he was blindsided by the whole thing. He really did think that he was going to get this rose. And poor thing, when she said that she was not going to give him this rose, you could then just see him. I don't know. For me personally, I didn't think Eazy was really falling in love with her. Does anybody think that Eazy was falling in love with Tayshia? Because he did not seem at all like this was, I don't know. It felt a little forced. It felt a little forced to me. So, yeah, he's gone. People were very, very surprised, obviously, as a lot. A lot of people were just probably thinking that he was going to go. I wanted to I have someone that said, do you think producers told Eazy about these allegations and made her drop him? And quite honestly, I don't put it past production to have to disclose that information, because yeah, that is something that if you were the Bachelorette and you knew that production knew all of this about the person that you were dating and let it get that far to the point where I end up falling in love with someone, and you've known all along since they've been in this villa that they've had these allegations, and you didn't disclose this information to me, then that would, I don't know. I feel like that would be somewhat of a lawsuit waiting to happen. That there's just that just seems very, very off. So for people who may or may not know, there were allegations about Eazy, not so great allegations about him. And I don't personally follow those things. I tend to keep my my gossip pretty clean. I don't really read up on anything of that nature. So yeah, but it did listen, you're right. It seemed the whole thing just seemed very, very rehearsed. So and he when he found out he wasn't getting the rose, like, he seemed a little confused about it, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm devastated. Why not me? What happened? After he literally said he was falling in love with her. I'm sorry, if you're gonna say that you're falling in love with me and then I break up with you, I'm expecting waterfalls. I'm expecting you to cry. I'm expecting you to I don't know, do something. So that's kind of, so that's kind of where we're at. She got rid of Eazy. So bye, Eazy. Sorry. And you start off with having this what she says is this beef that she's noticing between Noah and Bennett. So now we're on Noah and Bennett. And Bennett is not my favorite, but Noah's not my favorite either. I feel both of them can go. I'm hoping, and we don't know if next week, we don't know who's leaving. Does anybody have like an idea of who they think is going to go? I think that she is probably going to get rid of Bennett. I think that she wasn't really happy with the way that Bennett has been talking, and he does have more of this condescending nature to him. Look, not because he's from Harvard, but men with big Ivy League degrees, they wouldn't you think you were something special? I mean, all of us think we're hot stuff. I personally think he needs a piece of humble pie. He needs to sit his ass down. Someone needs to check him real quick, and it needs to be a woman. So technically, I'm really hoping that Tayshia puts him in his place and like sends his ass home. That is what I feel. I think what's hilarious is that there is this like 10-year difference between Noah and Bennett, and 10 years is like such a big, it's such a big gap. And especially with men, like something that you would do when you were 25 and then do something when you were like 36. They're very, very different worlds. I also have experience with this because my husband is 11 years older than me. And so there's a lot of things that I did in my 20s when he was in his 30s, and as we were dating, that made me feel a little childish. And you're just at a different level, and he's made me grow as a person. I believe that Bennett really does talk like that to everybody. So I understand that he probably thinks that he's not being condescending, but can we talk about this gift? Because who gives someone a gift? Do you all think that, like, I want to know in the comments, do you all feel like this gift was really him trying to be condescending, giving him a book of emotional intelligence? And like, the funny thing is that when he was talking, it didn't sound like he was being sarcastic. It sounded like he was being dead on serious. Like, you need this book of emotional intelligence because you're basically, you're horrible. So it's, hey, J-Jobs, I know they both seem 25 to me. Yeah. For being a 10-year age difference, I don't think Bennett, I honestly think that Noah was acting more mature than Bennett. And he definitely needs to go. Okay, on the table, child. Men get on my nerves certain times. Yes, a lot, constantly. I mean, I apologize for all the men that are watching, but yeah, this the men on Tayshia'S season, I just feel really bad because I don't really see many quality men. So we have Lindsay that's saying Bennett was so condescending, especially when giving that gift. Yeah. That was the icing on the cake. And the funny thing is that Tayshia saw the gift. And so now Bennett has to explain why he gave that gift. And I think that that's just going to be the icing on the cake. She's going to be like, you need to go. Noah hasn't really done anything to Tayshia or shown any, any emotional, I don't know. I feel like right now Bennett is just being the bigger child. Gift was not, no, J-Job say Gift was definitely not sincere. Ina says, having gone to an Ivy League school, he probably is the least condescending person he knows. Probably. I mean, not to, well, this is me being very stereotypical. Obviously, it's kind of one of the biases that we carry. So yeah, I totally believe that. And you know, and so that's kind of where it leaves off. Sorry, y'all. I feel so horrible. I was not expecting to do like the last of the recaps by myself. I feel really bad. Obviously, my mind is with Kemi right now. We're gonna cut this short unless anybody has any comments or questions that they want me that they like me to add or like me to answer. We're gonna cut this a little bit short. And then wish that or hope that Kemi and Billion are A-okay. But we're obviously doing these things. Oh, thanks. We're like, you did great, Jess. Thank you so much. It's really awkward to kind of just stand here and just talk because I had more questions for everybody than I did my own personal thoughts. I more so like to ask questions. It's why I don't do this often, but I will check. Thank you everybody for staying with me while I try to recap the rest of this this episode. I will check on Kemi, make sure Billion is okay. She will be. I'm sure that he will be fine. We do this every single Tuesday. Last week we missed, but we are definitely trying to finish off this season strong. And one thing that we're also talking about doing is doing recaps of the challenge. So challenge starts December 9th. For those of you guys who don't know what the challenge is, it is a show on MTV. Similar, I would just say similar to Big Brother because it's not really similar to Big Brother, but it is last person standing. So we will be recapping that. If not with Hannah, it'll be Kemi and I for sure. And we'll keep on talking about that. I'm kind of working on some personal things as well, trying to get my YouTube started. If I can actually manage to do it. One of the things that I want to be doing is recapping Sequester. If you don't watch Sequester, it is more like Big Brother on steroids. That's what I call it. The first episode just aired a couple days ago on YouTube. You can look up and search Sequester. If anybody watches Sequester, I don't know. You let me know. But one of the things that I'm looking into doing. Ina, please do get into Sequester. The first episode is about an hour and 30 minutes. It's on YouTube. It's very much like Big Brother, but like I said, it's very fast. Like it's less people, and the people are in the house for I think like 7 to 10 days, or maybe 7 days. I don't know. It's something like that. And they play, it is more of a strategic game. They do a lot of twists, and it's not as physically competitive. So I feel like you get to see a lot more strategy. It's one of the things that I personally love about that. And thank you, Keontae. This was fun. You're hella entertaining. I thrive off of other people, so if not, I'm just kind of chillaxing and being crazy, but during sporadic moments. I actually wish I had a camera in my house because sometimes my husband looks at me crazy, like I just said something completely insane, and then he laughs and calls me crazy, and that's just what I thrive on. But I'm not crazy all the time. Yeah. But one says, Candace says, you put us onto a new show, they better run you a check. For those who've never watched Sequester, please watch the first episode. Let me know follow me on Twitter or text me, message me, whatever, and let me know if you like it. It's much more diverse than Big Brother. It is I don't know. The strategy, you gotta get a little scrappy with it. And I actually played a game of Sequester Mini, and I remember playing, and it was an all-stars season of Sequester Mini, and it was online, and it was 6 hours long. So that should tell you it was a really long game. There was over 20 of us. I made Final Four, and it's just really fun. It's a really fun social game. So I'll leave you with that. With that being said, I'm just gonna say it again. Click like and subscribe. Click to receive our notifications. Follow us on IG. Things have been crazy this past holiday weekend. So we're hoping to kind of get back into the, just the flow of things. But of course, we're also about to have Christmas in 25 days. I mean, Christmas is in 25 days. So it's going to be, just be patient with us, I say. So love you all. Thank you all so much for staying on, and we will talk to you next week. Bye.